Hi guys, Juan here. Welcome to the blog. Sorry that I'm all gross and nasty and haven't showered and everything like that. Gross, I know, gross. I was out gardening and I saw something on Facebook that, again, I have to address. Bear with me. I'm sorry this is political again, but given the current state of everything that we're dealing with right now, unfortunately, my posts just seem to revolve around politics because it's just a political time in our country right now. We have to deal with the politics of it all. So here's the thing. I saw something on Facebook. It was a video and it showed a black man shooting what seemed to be another black person. And the caption on this video says something along the lines of, "This is horrible, but Black Lives Matter only when it's a white cop." The insinuation, if you will, is that somehow the fact that this crime happened from one black person to another, somehow that negates everything that Black Lives Matter stand for. I've heard this argument before, right? Like it's the same argument that people keep bringing up to say, well, what about black on black crime? Which I think is the most ridiculous argument, as if to say that murder is somehow good in any scenario, right? Yes, the fact is that there is black on black crime, but there's also white on white crime, and there's also Hispanic on Hispanic crime. It doesn't make the crime any less or any better it's a dumb argument. Goodness gracious, it's a dumb argument. For me, I just have difficulty understanding the reasoning that goes in someone's mind when they bring up black on black crimes, right? Nobody is saying that that's a good thing. That doesn't negate the fact that there is a system that targets black people, robs them of the same opportunities that a white person does. There is a whole entire system that has permeated every social, every economical, every political, pretty much every aspect of our lives here in America. That's a fact. We have statistical data to prove it. We have videos now that shows this in very graphic detail. There is plenty of evidence. It's an undeniable fact that this country, unfortunately, is a racist country. You have statistical data that shows that just because you're black, you're more likely to receive physical abuse from law enforcement than if you were a white person. You have data that shows that if you have a black sounding name, your resume is more likely to be tossed aside, and the resume that has a white sounding name is more likely to get an interview. And then you have data that shows that if you are someone who has a medical condition, you're black, you are less likely to receive the same medical attention as someone who is white. This is the kind of stuff that Black Lives Matter is trying to bring to light. Just because there's black on black crime does not make everything else less egregious. Again, I don't understand the mentality behind this argument. Black lives are being targeted specifically, are being passed up for opportunities simply because they are black. Black people are not afforded the same economic opportunities that white people are afforded. You have an increased amount of racial tension from white people towards black people. Heck, you have videos of white people calling the cops on black people and on video making stuff up to make it sound like the black person is somehow aggravating them or is somehow assaulting them when it's on video and it shows that they're not. But the reason, just the very fact that they can do that they feel that they can do that, tells you something. It tells you of a system that has reinforced, has educated these white people to feel comfortable with being able to do something like that, knowing that there's no repercussions. No, at least there wasn't. Now people are losing their jobs left and right, but that's not enough. Like, people are suffering, black people are suffering, and this whole thing of like, oh, because there's black on black crime, somehow Black Lives Matter doesn't really matter, is stupid. It's stupid. There's no other way to say it. It's a stupid argument. Stop using it because you look like a fool. Crime is crime, right? Nothing changes the fact that that's wrong. That's not a desirable. Nobody wants crime. And whether it's done from a black person to a black person, a white person to a white person, a Hispanic person to a Hispanic person, a black person to a white person, a Hispanic person to a black person, it doesn't matter. It's crime. It's bad, and it needs to stop. Nothing negates that. But that kind of crime also does not negate Black Lives Matter. Black lives do matter. And we need to recognize that. We need to stop making silly arguments, and we need to just be honest with ourselves and realize that this is a racial issue that our country is guilty of, and we need to stop it. We need to do something about it. We need to stand up, and we need to be absolutely loud and clear without hesitation that this is wrong and we're not going to accept it. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.